Hello again and welcome back to Star Trek Online. Well, we've been doing pretty well. We just, had something happen. Somehow we're safe. Let's talk to Nog and find out what's going on.
It's taken me some time to convince the Chrono to help us, but they finally agreed. Remember how I said the device could remove someone from the time stream? It did. That's where we are now, in the temporal bubbles. And how we perceive time in here is a little different than outside. That's why the Heralds can't see us. We're out of their timelines. Out of all timelines, in fact. While we're here, it's almost like we don't exist.
And not existing is an improvement?
No one's shooting at us. I think that's a good thing. The Krenomar, they're a little touchy. Almost being driven to extinction by the Vaadwaur has made them suspicious. But they're willing to talk to us if we help them stabilize the temporal energy. I suggest we help. I wouldn't want to be in here if the fields collapse.
Let's talk to the Chrono. Alright, hello, sir.
I've had some time to observe you and Captain Nog, and your actions make it clear that you are no friend of the Vaadwaur or the Heralds. This does not, however, assure me that you will be allies to my people. The Krenom have lost much. Our empire is gone, and our people have been killed or scattered. We are what remains, and I will do whatever I must to protect this system, even if it means leaving you to face the Heralds alone.
What can we do to prove ourselves?
You have already repaired some of our emitters that were damaged by the attack, but there is more yet to do. Should our temporal equipment fail, this location will be instantly overrun by Heralds. If that happens, none of us will survive.
How can we assist you? We didn't intend to do you harm. What can we do? Wait, you were watching us?
More of our emitters must be realigned, and there are other pieces of equipment my people are already working to repair. Assist my team, and then we will talk again.
Understood. Alright, let's go assist everybody. Now, it's hard to see on the minimap, but there's one that's way up over here. Now it's easier to see. Notice they're just walking around trying to figure out where we went. But they don't exist on the same timeline that we do right now. Alright, let's help this gentleman out first. Did I say gentleman? I meant lady.
Hold this. No, hold it right next to the bracket, or the spanner won't... There. Got it, thanks. Something is putting too much stress on these components. I'm not sure what it is, but we don't have enough spare parts to keep rebuilding this transceiver. Grab a tricorder and run a level 3 diagnostic. Maybe there are some microfractures. If we can find and repair those, this should hold out until I can fabricate a new unit.
Can I ask you about this technology? Why are you having so many problems with it?
Anorax's original designs are for a temporal field that's big enough for a ship, sizable but finite. We've adapted the tech to cover much larger areas, but that makes the field more unstable, and we had to get everything operational before the Vaadwaur found us. So we cut some corners. A lot of corners.
Of course.
We're making updates and repairs as fast as we can, but we can't afford a failure. This tech is the only thing keeping us alive.
I understand. Now what did you need help with?
Hold this.
Yeah, sure, I'll help you. Okay, fix alignment transceiver. Something's putting too much stress on these components. There may be microfractures. If those are repaired, it should hold out until a new unit can be fabricated. Begin repairs. Alright, what do you think, Nog?
You need to scan for microfractures. We need to know what to repair.
Scanning for microfractures now. Scan for microfractures. Waiting next command. What do you think, Nog?
You'll need to formulate an epoxy. Here, I can show you which formula to use.
Formulate an epoxy. I can do that. Okay, and then repair microfractures. There we go.
That should do it.
Alright, have a good day. Now watch this. Maybe it's not gonna happen this time. Okay then. I love how they're all just still in search mode. Seek and destroy. Whoa. More of them do appear. Like so. But they're out of phase with us, so they can't fight. Or if they can fight, they won't fight. Hello there.
Your fight overloaded some of the power couplings we used to moderate the temporal flow. If we had a contained space like the technology was originally designed for, this wouldn't be a problem. But we keep pushing the boundaries of what these flow modulators will do. I'm rerouting the power to take stress off the damaged couplings. But first, we need to get this capacitor aligned and ready for the transfer.
Who invented this technology?
The temporal technology was developed by a scientist named Anorax. He's still a mystery, even to us. We know he was a ship commander in the Imperium fleet and a genius in temporal mechanics, and that he started work on his inventions in the late 22nd century after our war with the Rilnar. Perhaps he saw temporal manipulation as a way to change our fortunes. We know he was working towards weaponizing his designs, and I can tell from what little I've seen that it is possible. But full access to his data is restricted, so I don't know the full capabilities of his work.
Yeah, this is part of the story from Voyager, the actual episode where Anorax built his time machine, but every change they tried to make to the timeline wouldn't bring back his wife and daughter. So no matter what he did, he couldn't get the results that he wanted. And then Voyager crew got involved, and they managed to find a way to restore the timeline to the way that he wanted, but he never built the time machine to begin with. So it just became blueprints that he had available, but he never finished it. And that's one of the biggest differences. So in order to prevent his wife and daughter from dying, he had to give up his dream of creating a time-related ship. Sounds like a brilliant trouble man. Now what do you need help with?
Your fight,
Alright, let's align the capacitor.
Okay, now it's starting to look like something.
There we go. Easy enough. Next. Okay, it should be right around here somewhere. Hello there.
The temporal compensators are out of alignment. They help keep us at a stable point in the timeline. If they fail completely, we could end up lost in time. Grab a hyperspanner. We need to get this fixed before the drift coefficient moves out of the safe zone.
Can I ask you something? For an Imperium, the Chrono don't seem to have a lot of resources.
The Imperium was at its peak in the mid-22nd century. At that time, it controlled more than 900 planets.
Dang.
And our territory spread across more than 5,000 parsecs. Then came the Rilnar, and the Zal, and the Garanor, the Mawasi, and the Nahydron. Our wars chipped away at us, carving one planet after another away from the Imperium. There were only 27 planets left when the Vaadwaur came. Now, almost everyone on those worlds is gone too.
From 900 planets down to 27, dang. I understand. Now what did you need help with?
The temporal
I'll do what I can to help. There we go. Fix temporal emitter. Now I'm gonna need your help on this one. The temporal compensators are out of alignment and may cause the temporal synchronization matrix to destabilize. Begin repairs. Let's see, what do you think, Nog?
You should realign the matrix crystals.
Realign the crystals, thanks. Okay, realign the matrix crystals. What do you think, Nog?
You need to disconnect the buffer before you do anything else.
Disconnect the buffer, thanks. What do you think, Nog?
Now you need to reconnect the buffer.
Reconnect the buffer, I can do that. Temporal compensators are aligned and device is working within expected parameters. Close diagnostic.
Good. I'll put the next location on your tricorder.
Okay. Next location, center of town. Alright. Now we're just speaking with the Chrono leader at this point. Whoa! It's freaky when they appear directly on top of us, isn't it? Hello?
You've shown you're willing to help. Now perhaps we can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
How?
We have Anorax's plans, but not the... Interesting. The Heralds are opening a gateway.
What? This is
The
important.
repairs should be enough.
Meanwhile...
I beg mercy, Great One. It appears they used a cloaking device and escaped.
You are forgiven. Make preparations to depart.
As you command.
Okay then. Whoa.
An interesting development.
These sentients have proven to be resourceful. Already they have thwarted our plan to bring in the Sovereign fleet. And yet they injured even you, Ticket. I advise caution. They are more dangerous than they appear. We shall render worlds asunder. Still let blood until it fills the oceans. It is time to strike.
Oh boy.
I understand you want vengeance, but we must not act in haste.
We will continue with our plan. The whole must be as one. The whole must be as one. The attack on Iconia broke our unity. We were divided, diminished, weak. The others saved us from oblivion, but it took centuries to rebuild our bonds. We cannot risk more loss. The whole must be as one. The campaign will continue as planned.
Okay then. Once again, I'd really love to be able to make Iconian characters. I'd also really like it if they introduced a facial piece that's literally doesn't have a mouth. I don't know why, I just want to build a character without a mouth. Alright, where'd you go, Nog? There you are.
They couldn't see us? There were Iconians right in front of us and nothing. They had no idea we were here. We were completely safe.
You're right, this could be what we need. And now they're leaving. Later. Alright, let's talk with you again now.
The only protection left to my people is our ability to manipulate time. But it is something we must do with great care. Even the most innocuous of changes can ripple through reality in unexpected ways.
You're talking about advanced temporal theory. We didn't know the Chrono could do anything like this.
My people and I have made Anorax's theories of temporal manipulation our lives' work. In at least one temporal variant, his ship made the Chrono Imperium the undisputed masters of this region of space. If only we could recreate that vessel.
What vessel?
Anorax designed a ship, A wondrous vessel that could manipulate the time streams and erase elements in an attempt to bring about a desired result. Our records show that he even attempted to use this vessel to restore the Krenem's fortunes, but he was defeated by an unknown alliance. Afterward, the Krenem Imperium declined, as perhaps was its fate all along. We were diminished, but content to let time progress as it would, until the Vatwa.
Vatwa destroyed all the Krenem colonies in this area.
The first Krenem worlds to fall managed to warn the others. When the Vatwa came, we hid ourselves in the time stream. It was the only way we survived. Before the Vatwa arrived, we were working on a weapon. It was a replica of Anarax's time ship. With it, we could have gone back and eliminated the Vatwa threat before it even began.
Why haven't you done so already?
The Vatwa's assault on the Imperium took too much from us. Now we possess Anarax's work, but not the means to bring it to life. You have seen what our technology can do. We have the designs. You have the manpower and the materials. Perhaps your governments would be interested in mutual cooperation. Allow us a chance to undo what the Vatwa did, and we will give you something that will erase your enemies from time itself.
A generous offer, but it is one we would need to consider carefully. Do you want to risk all you have left on a chance for success? And then he pulls the carpet out from under us.
There's more here than what you've seen.
They hit an entire planet.
Yes, we removed ourselves from the time stream to stay alive. With your help, we can change everything.
So they have a planet?
An entire planet? But you can't build this time ship on your own?
We have the plans. Our resources are almost gone.
We have shipyards, workers, and all the materials you could need.
Precisely. We revealed ourselves to you as a gesture of good faith. What will you do in return?
We need to take this back to the Alliance.
The Iconians and the Heralds are gone. It's safe to resync with our time and contact our ships. But this is huge. A whole Krenem colony that survived the Vatwa? One that has temporal technology that even the Iconians can't counter? A weaponized time ship that can erase entire civilizations like they never existed? This could change the entire war. We could have a chance now.
OSS Platinum Constellation, we're ready to beam up. Sir, is that... what happened? We've been scanning for you, but you just disappeared. You've been hiding in the debris to stay away from the Herald ships, and then... Sir, you're not going to believe this. There's a planet here now. An entire planet. Did you find something down there? Something that could conceal an entire planet? Looking forward to hearing what happened, Captain. But we're glad you're back. We found the Krenem. I'll explain as soon as we are back on board. Alright. We found the Krenem. Alright.
Temporal mechanics is not a complication we need, but this weapon they are proposing sounds intriguing. You and Captain Nog were correct in thinking the Alliance would be interested in investigating such a thing. Personally, I approve of anything the Iconians might fear. Kapla!
Alright, thank you, sir. Let's see, Chronoton Jolt. Temporal Flux Generator is usually what I grab, so I'm gonna grab it again.
The war continues.
Yep, give us the next mission, please.
Please report to the Kiana system. Our partnership with the Krenem is starting to bear fruit, but the project may take more time to complete than we have left. We must consider any plan that ensures our survival.
Alright. Lots of stuff from this one, but the Delta Alliance Reinforcements Beacon is the one that we'll take.
The war continues.
Alright, let me see here. Got a bunch of stuff I need to sell. Let me get this going. Yes! Solog. Grant gold press latinum to defeating nearby enemies. I always put him on. Even though that doesn't seem like much, it's definitely worth it. Let's see, who can I get rid of? I barely have anybody. Why am I not getting... Are they just not giving me them? Apparently not. Let's see, beam down additional security escort using security team. Okay. I don't really need that since I don't use security team. Medical support using a hypo. Let's put you on. Got the EMH. Yeah, they're just not giving me packs, apparently. Well, whatever. Alright, so that's good. Let me sell all this except you. I don't want you sold. And now we're out here in the middle of nowhere. In the Delta Quadrant, apparently. Instead of, Oh, I'm literally where I need to be to begin Broken Circle. Okay. First things first, though, I want to put this away. Hurry up, Kobayashi Maru. Actually, you know what? No, I don't think I can. Hold on. Let's go to bank. I think everybody's holding what I want them to hold. I could give one to you. You've got 2 people on you. Okay, that's why. Because Kagan has just the puppers. Alright, I'll put that on Kagan then. There you go. Skills. Right, status, there we go. Alright, never mind, I didn't need to summon you, which means I wasted it. Oh! Let me check to see how close we are. We didn't get 100 that time, we only got 100... 30 something. Alright, well... Despite the fact that we were on the ground for a lot of it, we didn't fight many people in that, so... Alright, let's begin Broken Circle. I highly doubt we're gonna get through all of it, but... we're gonna begin it.
You are cleared for docking.
Wow, an entire fleet. Captain Cogran has sent his aide, Lieutenant Tulek, to give you a brief tour of the Chrono research facility. So far, the Alliance venture with the Chrono has been very productive. Together, our teams are making progress towards completing Anorax's designs for a ship capable of temporal incursions. The Lieutenant is waiting to greet you, sir. Acknowledged. Hello.
Greetings. On behalf of Captain Cogran and Alliance Command, I am pleased to welcome you to our research station. The Captain is completing his preparations. In the meantime, I will give you a tour of the facility, where we are building a weapon that will end the Iconian threat once and for all. Follow me. Our researchers can explain how the weapon works and answer any questions you may have.
Lead the way, Lieutenant. Alright, once again, should definitely murder the person who decided that it was a good idea to make NPCs slower than your walk cycle. Oh, there's a familiar face right off the bat.
Here, we have the development area.
How much do you know about the Chrono, 7 of 9?
The Borg have extensive records on the Chrono. They were a species of great interest to the Collective.
Why is that?
I like the idea of the Borg studying us like a bug in a petri dish. I'm not sure I like the idea of the Borg studying anyone.
And what about the Iconians?
The Collective spent a great deal of resources pursuing Iconian technology. They believed the species to be extinct. They were incorrect.
So much for the Borg knowing everything.
The Iconians' technology is far beyond even the capabilities of the Borg.
Fine, but what about shielding the ship that's using the weapon? We haven't solved the paradox problem yet.
This is not my first experience with alternate timelines.
It would be possible to develop a form of temporal shielding to protect this vessel from alterations in the timeline.
Okay then. I'm speaking with you over here.
Welcome to our facility. I'm working with one of the teams here to develop the time ship and choose a target. What we do is different from time travel. Anorax's designs are actually for a weapon that can remove elements from the time stream completely, and then time reshapes itself to account for that absence.
Time reshapes itself? Does that mean reality itself will change?
In some ways, yes. Once the weapon is fired, it can create an entirely new reality. And anyone or anything that isn't temporally shielded will be a part of that reality. That's why we have to proceed slowly. If we're not careful, we could change everything we know and not even know what's happened.
That could be as dangerous to us as it is to the Iconians.
But think of the possibilities. We could reverse the effects of wars, stop threats like the Iconians, even turn back time and eliminate the Borg. This is a weapon, but it's one that can make a better galaxy.
Perhaps, but many terrible things have come about from the best of intentions.
Captain Cogran's briefing is about to begin. Follow me to the conference room.
Lead the way, Lieutenant. Alright, everybody. Walk slower than me. That's not what I wanted. I know there's a way to walk slower, I just don't know what it is. And I don't really want to activate it. I believe we are headed in this direction. After you, everybody. Okay. I really don't like the lighting in this room.
Greetings. I have heard much about your victories against the Iconians. It is an honor to work with a hero of the Empire. We are almost ready to begin. First, however, Starfleet's temporal agent would like a word. He has concerns about our plans for the Chrono weapon.
Aye, sir.
Greetings. My name is Philip Cray. I'm the liaison from Temporal Investigations for this project.
Nice to meet you. Why does this project need a liaison?
The Federation has some serious concerns about possible violations of the Temporal Prime Directive. Normally, Starfleet personnel are strictly prohibited from directly interfering with historical events, and should make every effort to maintain the timeline. I understand that Klingon temporal intelligence has similar regulations in place.
And yet this weapon is being created for exactly that purpose.
Indeed. That should tell you how serious this war has become. If the Iconians win, there probably won't be anyone left to preserve the timeline. In this instance, my role is to ensure that we succeed in our task with the minimal possible disruption to the timeline, as well as to address any repercussions of those disruptions.
So the directive is only a directive when it is convenient.
I don't disagree. As a Starfleet officer, I am sworn to uphold the Temporal Prime Directive. Not only that, but I have seen firsthand the dangers that come from ignoring it. But as the Vulcans say, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Of course.
The Iconians cannot use time travel, and that makes it a weapon we can use against them. We must consider carefully whether it is too dangerous of a weapon to use at all.
I understand, Agent. I'll do my best to help you. I still have my objections, and I will be bringing them up with command. Temporal mechanics are a problem I don't need. Alright, begin the briefing.
The war is not going as well as we might wish. Our fleet are protecting key worlds, but dozens of other targets have fallen to Herald attacks. Civilian casualties are rising. We need to act. This facility is building a device to turn the tide in our favor. Captain Nog, what is the status of the weapon?
We've had some setbacks, Captain. We're still weeks from a working prototype. No amount of temporal manipulation will change that.
And have you chosen a target for the temporal incursion?
We are still running simulations. we've configured the holodecks to help us evaluate the possible changes that occur after removing an element from the time stream. Some of these scenarios show promise, but none are exactly what you want.
Very well. We cannot afford to wait another day. We are losing this war. We need to strike now. A direct engagement is our only option. We will put all our resources into a full attack on the Iconians. Every ship we can muster will be a part of one massive strike against the Herald Sphere. Captain Paris is already moving into position with the Vanguard. Ships here will report to the Herald Sphere as soon as possible. There will be more warriors in Stovokor tonight. But first, we will make the Iconians bleed.
Okay, we're taking a major risk. Alright, Gating, thank you so much for joining me today, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out when you do that. As I always like to say at the end of these videos, don't get assassinated!